spare invite. Lovely.
I don't have 2019's not on it.
Why? I know. No, Louis, I'm allowed to join there. I know this is a pain, but can someone re-invite me to the lobby because Kevin can't for some reason. This isn't good because I'm gonna have a word with Sondre about this. Spectators get 3 invites, spare. Racers only get 1. Try again through party mode, mate, because this isn't good.
Yeah,
Actually, you appearing online. I might be able to join through your party. Please tell me you're appearing online. That might be why it's not working. No, it's not letting me join. Why is this game being such like? Oh, I am now getting annoyed. Thanks, Codemasters. Lovely. Can I join through Bran? Yes. Alright, I'm joining now. There we go. Do apologise. The stream is back up then. You can thank Codemasters for this. Welcome back. My apologies yet again on stream. I'm back in. If it kicks me out again, then there may not be a stream, or you're gonna have to record it. So that's annoying.
You're in now, though, aren't you?
Yeah. So there we go. We're back with live action. As we go on Tyre Compound and thing, as we go aboard with Matthew Alder. Not really changed as I've seen, as Nino Romanella is in 12th place, Matthew Alder in pole position. Louis has actually stayed in 3rd, so he's got past back Cameron Young.
Yeah, Nino's starting from the back. He's made 5 positions already.
Okay, for some reason I'm having delta issues. I think that'll fix itself within the next lap. As right now then, Cameron is in 4th place, possibly.
Yeah, the top 5 right now seem to be pulling away. They're in a little train of their own, and then
it's just getting very close to Cameron Young there. As we saw, remember he's got a 15-second penalty, so he needs to, if he wants to win this race, he's got to get past everyone, get a 15-second gap, and get no time penalties. It's easier said than done, but we'll have to wait and see if Lewis can do it. He's going to go on and move on the outside into turn 14 on Cameron, possibly. They're going to lunge into turn 15. He thought about it, but stays behind. It's a very nice battle we've seen right now for the top 5 as the deltas are getting fixed, luckily. As there we go, top 5 very close, all under the DRS detection points. We're getting a nice camera view. Curtis there. As back on board with Cameron is what's happened to Jay. Actually, I've just noticed that Jay's actually dropped back to 16th. Did he have damage? Yes, he has. He's had damage.
Yeah.
On a different commander tyre.
Most likely. I mean, he's pit anyway, so hard's on, and now he has a big recovery job to do.
As Matthew is trying to pull away as much as he can from Rafa, but Rafa is just not giving him any breathing space. None of these top 5 are giving him any breathing space. They want this win today, and Louis wants it as crucial as possible. Rafa's getting so close. He's going to go lunge into this little chicane. No, he thought about it, but quits it. As right now though, Louis right on the rear end of him, trying to close the door, but can't get a good exit. Cameron's not that far behind, and neither is Lewis Curtis, so this is going to be a nice battle for the top 5. And don't count out Lee or Brandon, or Ollie. They're getting very close to this battle. As right now though, Matthew still leads, Rafa 2nd, Louis 3rd, Cameron 4th, and Curtis in 5th. As yet again, I do apologise.
We may have the top 5 really close together, which is nice, but doesn't really look like anyone's able to make a move. It's kind of just a...
There's Nino Romanello and Alder, I've got that one, I apologise, is on Nino Romanello right now for battle for 11th, which he isn't really getting past him. He's on a different commander tyre. As the battle for the lead, he's getting a lot closer, so I'm going to have to switch back to the battle for the lead. Matthew, Rafa, Louis, all fighting out with Cameron and Lewis Curtis, but literally there's hardly any separation distance. The top 5 is almost within a second of each other. Because right now though, Brandon's got a 3-second time penalty added to his time.
Yeah,
so he won't be
the top 5 just like, you could put a blanket over them, like a...
Oh, Matthew tried a poor exit.
So close.
Matthews had a bad exit. Rafa's all over him. Rafa's all over his gearbox. Wants this P1, and he looks like he's going to get it from the Renault driver. Matthew hasn't had the best drive, and here comes Rafa. Rafa's gone on the inside into turn 9 or 8, I believe this is. Coming into the first corner, takes a position from Matthew. Now Matthew may try to switch
Louis
back.
might go for a move as well. He's really close, and I mean, to be honest, everyone's really close with everyone, so anyone could make a surprise move. And now Louis in the slipstream. He's going to be trying to maybe make a move on Matthew, although he's a little bit far back, so he might have to wait until another opportunity arises.
Yeah, you're alright there, as Matthews looks like he's got either damage on his wing, minor damage, which is letting him down, or he's just got no grip. Because right now that was very easy for Rafa to make that move, and usually Matthew's pulling away in this battle. And right now he's in second, and he has to watch out for his championship rival. Louis doesn't get past, because that's more points for Louis closing the door, as Lewis Curtis is getting feisty as well on Cameron Young. This is a very close battle, as Lee is now getting within DRS and slipstream range soon. He's only 1.9 seconds off. He was 2.3 earlier, he's now 1.9. As now the viewers are coming back to the stream, so it's good to see everyone's now tuning back in. Apologies again for making this a second part of the stream. It's just Codemasters being Codemasters. As right now though, Louis is battling for Matthew Alder for the P2 spot. Tries to switch to get a decent exit, but it doesn't work. Matthew's got a better exit though than Rafa this time. This is very close. Lee one's extremely wide into that corner. So does Brand, so does Ollie. As look, everyone's trying to just get into that toll, running side, switching lanes each time of the straight. Matthew's all over the back of him now though, just trying to get into the rhythm, trying to relax, stay calm, and try and win this championship. Only 5 rounds after this race to go. It'll be Louis versus Matthew for the final spot in the standings.
Oh, Lee's made a mistake at the chicane, and he's lost a few positions there.
Oh, he has, but
he's made a big mistake. He's lost like 3 positions. Now he's getting overtaken by Sterling almost.
Oh, Lewis is gone! Lewis is gone! Lewis is gone. I don't know what happened to Lewis. Lewis just went into the wall completely there. And has lost a lot of wing as he got an issue. Because I did see Matthew had to correct his steering as well in that corner. So is there some like debris or something? As people are pitting. Louis in, Matthew's in. So the softs already dead already, and the mediums are going to go to the end. Let's see what tyres. The Mercs team's going on mediums. The Renault team's going on mediums. What about Louis? Or will he go mediums? As the McLaren team looks like they're going on hard tyres.
Yeah, I think this is scheduled for Lewis, so he got a bit lucky with the timing of the...
Louis has jumped Matthew in the pits. Matthew won't be happy with that. Louis has just basically said thank you very much for your pits crew to make that little error mistake. But I didn't see anyone on that cut the line or anything, so if there is anyone cut in, do report it to the stewards if we did see it. Either though, back for the battle for P4 it actually looks like right now. P3, Sterling and Ollie and Sondre, so don't count Sondre out with this battle, as right now they are in 5th as Matthew and Louis are in 11th and 12th.
Yeah, it looks like Louis has a little bit of a gap to Lormans. I'm not sure his actual name.
Lormans, I believe, is... if I can find it. Lormans is Lorenzo Borges. I'll just call him Lorenzo for now.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's a little bit of a gap there, so if Matthew can stick in some slipstream and get some DRS, then Louis will be a bit of a sitting duck in this straight, although he seems to be keeping a pretty good gap, not allowing Matthew to close up too much, or Matthew isn't able to close up too much, so he's going to have to really wait for a few straights to gain some time back, as the last few people are in.
Rafa gets ahead of him. Cameron got held up a little bit. Ollie's now into the pits with Sterling. Who's going to win out of this pit stop crew? Will it be the McLaren or will it be the Williams team? And I'm completely wrong. It's actually not
will Rafa beat Matthew and Louis out? He doesn't beat either of them. Just
very close though. Louis basically done a good job, and right now Louis in the net lead as Sterling still took the lead of this race in the Williams on those medium tyres. which can go very long.
Rafa from the net lead is lost, and now he's in a net third after the pit stop. So obviously the
I was in sector 3. Is that
out.
J? Might actually have been Lawman's. Actually, I could have been wrong. Lorenzo did pit. Oh, wrong.
Looks like the lead's getting quite close to Bran, by the way. And then if they fight a bit, then Ollie will be reeled into the battle as well. Battle for 10th, that is.
Battle for 10th, so we're a battle for 10th brewing up, but we also have a battle for 6th, technically, with Matthew and Louis. 2 championship rivals already going out at fighters. Renault versus Alpha. Renault's had glory in the past, I don't know about Alpha. They may have had glory in the past, as my alarm may go off in this thing, just let me know. I have to know. As right now, Matthew Alder is in 7th, net 2nd right now, so he hasn't really lost a position. He lost a position to Louis in the pits, but he's got his 2nd place. As Rafa's starting to close back on him, so it looks like Matthew hasn't got the grip on those mediums, or hasn't got the straight line speed as Louis has. However, he just set the fastest lap, 133. I don't know what that was, 133.3. So the new fastest lap is currently the gap to the lead from Louis is 12.7 seconds. I believe the pit stop around here is 20 seconds, 21, something like that. Have to wait and see. As right now Louis is getting a bit of traffic ahead of him. It is Can, doesn't have to get out of the way. He's isn't lapped. He is the car ahead in 5th place of the racing point. With Diego and Nino batting out for the top there, 3rd and 2nd.
Yeah, it looks like Louis is going to be putting a car between himself and Matthew. And he does put a car between himself and Matthew, so that's not going to be great for Matthew unless he can get right past Can on the next straight, which it looks like he will be able to do, actually.
Those mediums are miles faster than those hard compounder tyres, and already Matthew's getting responsive. He's already going ahead of Can, so Louis tried that plan, didn't really work. Matthew didn't really lose that much time, and Matthew's already on the back of it. But Matthew's ERS management isn't good. He hasn't got a lot of ERS. It looks like he's only got 18% on the car compared to Louis' 62%. So Louis not really pushing, and there's some people here
actually looking at Rafa's. Rafa's just got past Can. So
lost a little bit
now
of time
he's back on the back of Matthew, although he has actually lost out quite a bit, and he's not. He's lost DRS, so he's going to have to hope to stay to 2 in front of him fight so he can catch back up.
As Cameron's going on the inside of Can. Oh, this is going to be close. Can's got harder tyres. Oh, and there's contact, and Can is round. Can is round there. That was a bit, I've got to say, a little bit on Cameron's fault there. He was on the outside, and but it could have been a side pod glitch like these things and that, which couldn't have said it was removed. It's still in the game a little bit, as I suffered that in F2 last week. So Cameron could have waited and gone on the next straight, but as look at that, Can's struggling on grip, so there may be a bit of damage to his wing. However, though, Cameron has got past and he's moved up to 8th place. What about Nino and Diego, though? Still batting it out. Simply is slowly catching up, though. Alder, I can't say his name. Every time I say Simply Rush, can you say his actual name?
Alejandro.
Yeah, Alejandro, right. I do apologise if I get that wrong. If I can call you a nickname, if you can let me know, that'll be like an easy nickname in English, would be great. Diego currently in 2nd, hasn't pitted yet, still on the one-stop strategy, hard to soft strategy, but look how close Nino's getting on the braking, just all over the rear end of Diego's Alpha. The Mercs are starting to come back in this race. Nino in 3rd, Brandon in 4th, but there is an incident in Sector 2. Who is that?
That was Lorman's. I just caught him correcting his car again.
The racing point isn't having a good day today of the team. They had a good quali, but the race isn't going as planned. Still leads with gap to the net leader, 9.8 seconds right now, but he's on a different strategy. Gotta remember this. Speaking about Louis and Matthew, they are really close right now as the gap started to spread out a little bit now.
Yeah, the top 4 after the pit stops has now kind of found themselves again, and now it's back to the train. Although Rafa is still a little bit off, so he's going to have to try and close that back up. He still hasn't got DRS back either.
As Lomans has called it a day today, he's retired into the pits. So he has called it quits, as he's done. If he wanted to leave the session, he's actually done the right thing to retire. It's a shame though he has retired, because it would have been nice to see him come back.
It's virtual safety car.
That's got to be a C. Interesting. As this helps Sterling go on hard compound of tyre. Now there won't be a penalty to this because it's his choice if he wants to retire. So, and it's just randomly occurrence that it has caused the BSC. This could help Diego. Now Diego could go mediums and go to the end. It depends how long this BSC is going to stay out. Yep, Holmes is in. I've got to pay attention to the pits. These two. Oh, hang on. Yes, that will be a penalty for Alder. Alder will be getting a penalty then. It looks like he did cut the white line. He didn't go on the dotted line. There will be a drive-through penalty for Brandon speeding under the VSC. We have seen that before from Matthew, as the VSC has end now though. So Louis is now in third place, now back into the podium. But remember, Sterling's not that far off after he's gone on a hard compound of tyre. But can you have you got a pen and paper, Kevin, on you? Because
I can put it on my phone.
Yeah, can you remind Alder or Simply Rush cut the pit lane? Because I'll forget.
Up 11. Yeah, going on to lap 12.
I thought there was a crash there, but it wasn't. It was just the way the cars were turning. As we can see, a big battle for the lead, who isn't actually for the battle for the championship, but it's Nino and Diego. Right now, though, the Alphas are coming in dominant force for this Constructors Standings Championship. Sondre and Matthew have tried everything against them, and right now it looks like Diego could get a good result. If he pulls this strategy off, if he has to force the other lot to pit. But Nino's staying out on those mediums. 11 laps on mediums for Nino, 11 laps on for Diego. Look how much Louis gaining, 4.1 now.
Yeah, Rafa and Cameron have now caught up, and now they're like it's back to this train for the net lead. And they are catching Nino and Diego, and they will have to all pass Diego, so they could cause a little bit of kind of roadblock, if you will, once the top
Nino,
four catch up.
Yeah, you are right there. Remember, Nino is basically a bit of information for him. He's basically going to see how long he can take those mediums, and this will be good for the people who've already pitted on mediums, because then they can see how long they can take those tyres. As right now, Matthew is closing up, but he's just losing a little bit on the exits. Got to give credit to Cameron though, he's doing quite well on the medium combat, staying in this battle. Could battle for the lead later on in the race, as Cameron said he didn't feel like he could catch up with Louis winning at China, but I don't think that was impossible. You know, I think it's possible that Cameron could win today against these three. Cameron's just got to be smart with his decision making.
Yeah,
right now he's very smart.
You were talking about earlier Matthew had pretty much no ERS. Now he's got almost a full battery, so he's done some saving.
So Matthew's now playing the long game and is ready to attack whenever he feels like it. So Louis is going to have to watch out. As right now, Matthew, look how much Matthew's gaining on the braking points, but then Louis just pulls it back out on the exits.
Yeah, he's really closing up now. He may well be able to go for a move. Louis won't have DRS on anyone, because he's not quite close enough to the top two. So
yeah, but he's not gonna. Matthew's not gonna get anywhere near the top two with the straight line speed. As Lewis Marshall has commented in the chat.
Yeah, what I'm saying is Louis won't get close enough to the top two that
you are right.
He'll be able to have DRS. So Matthew will have an advantage, a big advantage on the straight.
Well, Matthew's going to have to make the move as soon as possible, because right now the gap is getting closed. Now the gap between third and second, 2.5 seconds from Louis and Nino. Diego's still in the lead. This could be a strategy call from the Alpha team, as look how much Matthew could close up now with DRS. DRS activated. He's going to go on the inside now, so basically what Rafa did to him, and he's going to make the move. Side by side they're going. There's gained a bit
Louis
of contact.
holds her on the outside.
Great switch back there from Matthew, but couldn't execute it. Well, that was very close racing, but Matthew's got a great exit.
Louis got a bad exit as well. That'll help Matthew once again, and this is also helping Rafa to close up a lot.
And there we go, as we get a terrible camera view of Matthew passing him, and Matthew gets ahead of Louis. Louis won't be happy with that. That's really
helped Rafa to close up to these two as well.
Good move there from Matthew there. Very optimistic with his ERS saving, and a very good strategy to get past him as quick as possible. As right now, though, the gap between Matthew and Nino, 2.2 seconds. As these two still haven't pitted, still battling it out right now.
Yeah, and I'd say around now, Nino starters have probably started to be going off. Obviously, Matthew now is quite close, so give him another lap and they will be getting past. Matthew could use this. If he can get past them without Louis getting past, he could get a few cars between them, and then once Louis gets by, he would have pulled a few seconds of a gap. So if Matthew's able to play this right, he could gain some time.
You're alright there, but there is actually another battle on track with the Renault team and the two Williams drivers for 9th and 10th. Sondre versus Curtis versus Sterling. We may go on board with that battle if the gap gets a lot closer, as looks like right now no one's really making any overtakes. At the moment I am going to go on board with Lewis actually in a minute, unless if Louis can get a good run up. I don't know about Dio getting a podium today, mate. He still has to pit. He hasn't made a pit stop. These guys have, so it will be a challenge if he can do it.
Louis really close on Matthew there, especially through the braking zone.
I will go back on board with that battle between Louis though and Matthew very shortly. Yeah, I'm going to have to go on it now because they're actually quite close. As we'll go into telemetry.
Yeah, now we have the top two as well. They're going to play a factor because Matthew will have DRS as Diego pits before Nino.
That's interesting. So the hard tyres, maybe he's doing this to just screw Nino, basically with the DRS and trying a different strategy. Because softs can do it to the end now, roughly, if you can time it right. But look how close Louis is getting. He's going for a late launch, and there's contact between the championship rivals. They're very close and personal there. Matthew won't be happy with Louis.
Rafa's going to be able to benefit from that as well.
That was very optimistic there from Louis, as Louis is getting very aggressive now with Matthew, just saying, here, get out of the way. I want this position. I'm faster, you know. But Matthew's not having it. He's basically saying, my car's here and you can stay behind me. It was very naughty.
Yeah, it looks like Cameron's got a better exit than Rafa as well, so he might be able to pass him. Although Rafa has a double toe in front of him as well.
Nino
so
just lets them through. I don't know what Nino's doing, but Nino's going to lose a lot of time now to Diego and just lets them through. Very interesting. As what about Louis? Louis gets alright exit, but this isn't good for Matthew now because he's no longer going to get a DRS tour, as Lee Kelly has just got past his teammate for 6th.
Yeah, looking at it, I mean, Nino letting all 4 through is a bit odd, but maybe he feels that if he fights them, he has to, like, there's 4 people who are way quicker than him who have to get past him, so if he were to fight them, then he'd lose a lot more time than just letting them through.
As actually, right now though, this gap is getting really close and heated between the two championship rivals, 1st and 2nd. Louis knows that Matthew could lose his championship with this race if Louis basically won this race. Anything can happen, as Louis right now is making a move into turn 1, going on the inside. Is he going to get through into turn 1? Matthew tries, going to go for the switchback. Oh, almost rear ends him there. There may have been a little bit of a nudging, as it looks like Louis actually slowed down a little bit there in the exit, as Matthew got a good run. Not the best camera view, is look at the top 4, just as he said, a blanket earlier just could cover him.
Yeah, it looks like Matthew hasn't got a great exit. It'll give Rafa an opportunity maybe.
Yeah, you are right. Matthew's struggling on exits at the moment. Let's look how much Rafa, but what about Cameron?
Oh jeez, that was aggressive from Louis.
Aggressive,
turns aggressively to the right.
He's made his first defensive move on the straight. Now he can make another on the next. Cameron's getting feisty with Rafa. He wants the position because he knows Nino may close back up on even though 16-lap tyres. He doesn't want really Nino to be behind him, as Cameron knows he can win this race.
Yeah, Louis getting, or Matthew rather, getting quite close as Louis goes up quite wide there. I don't know, give Matthew a better exit. So,
Rafa made a mistake there.
yeah, it looks like the top two seem to be fighting quite a bit, but the two behind them are just kind of watching, not really doing too much, just kind of letting them fight, and maybe at the end they could.
Oh, Matthew, correction
their
on
engine.
steering there. Sorry I had to cut you off, but Matthew almost lost the rear end, and that's basically not made him have the best exit. So I've seen this from Matthew lately a lot. Like, he's correcting the steering quite a lot, making little errors, which is costing him time against Louis. Now Matthew needs to start thinking to stop making those errors and start pushing. But this is what a great champion, if he does become champion, does. As right now Matthew, oh, maybe go for aggressive lunge on Louis. Louis just sees him and closes the door. But look, as you said earlier, Matthew's just not getting a good exit out of that corner.
Yeah, and Rafa seems to be, he's able to close up, but the minute gets to the straight and Matthew's able to activate DRS, it's just kind of all the time he gained, it just goes away, and then he has to stick behind it a bit longer. And it seems to be the same with Cameron. I mean, Cameron just kind of following Rafa and can't close up, because the minute the Rafa activates DRS, it's just a train, and Rafa also benefiting from a double toe. So, yeah, it's just kind of a bit hard for Rafa and Cameron to really do anything right now.
Yep, you're all right. And I've got to say about Matthew's teammate though, Sondre, was battling with two Williams. He's now 2.4 seconds off them, so he's made an error somewhere. As those two are battling very close to Ollie. So there's another four-way scrap near the back, which we may go on board with if nothing else happens with the top four. But I think this is because of dirty air. With dirty air being a factor. Look again, Matthew makes another error. Correction on the steering, rear end kicks out, and this cost him a little bit of time on the exit, and it's not giving him a good run on Louis.
And not too many laps left either. There's only
lap 19, 27.
That's 9 laps left. So the laps are kind of running out. So if you're leading now, I guess you'd kind of prefer to be leading rather than being in the train, because it looks like being in the train is not a great thing. I mean, you obviously talked about dirty air, and also being in the dirty air of so many cars can take quite a bit out of your tires. So
I just think this is where people just run similar setups and it just doesn't work with the straight line, and this is why France may look like the easiest place to overtake, but when you're in a four-way battle for the lead, it's not the easiest at all. As right now,
Cameron's close up actually quite a bit to Rafa though.
Sterling's just gone around the outside of Lee Kelly. Great move there from Sterling, as I just got, but as Lee cuts the corner there very cheekily. But great move there from Sterling, as Lewis Curtis is thinking to make the move, as there's another four-way scrap further behind as well. So there's a lot of four-way battles on this track today.
Yeah, it seems it. I mean, obviously we've had a top four. I mean, this top four battle could have been a five-way battle if Lewis Curtis didn't go around them. I don't actually remember exactly what happened to him, but I mean, we had 5 people being this close together at the start, and obviously one of them, which is Curtis, had to had a bit of unluckiness, a bit of bad luck is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, now you've the 4 people who haven't actually had any problems now just kind of following in a train, and obviously Louis leading it, which it looks like
Rafa's gone.
Going the past few laps. And
here comes Cameron on the inside of Rafa. Will he get a lunge? No, he backs out of it. I don't know why he backs out of it there. It was very easy to possibly make the move, but he's going to go for a little switchback. Doesn't really work, and that's basically cost him making a position there. And I think Cameron, in my opinion, should have gone for the lunge, been a bit aggressive in the Haas, and got a pass, but depends how the tyres feel.
I didn't actually see how big of a mistake that was from Rafa.
It was very big. He went completely off track.
Okay. Well, yeah, I would have expected Cameron to get right by it, but obviously he hasn't been able to. So it just shows how hard it is to overtake, even though there's so many straights that look like you could.
Yeah, I've got to say, Cameron wasn't side by side with him. He was, half of his car was alongside, so he could have gone for the lunge, but he just think it wasn't safe, I think, and it could have cost him more time. As right now, look, Matthew is starting to close up the Louis.
Yeah, and Matthew's actually, it looks like he's got his ERS back. Once he made the overtake on Louis, kind of used all his ERS in doing so. And it looks like he has a full battery again, so just kind of seems to be using a load of ERS and then getting a full battery again, using it all at once and then getting it back again. Got a completely full battery right now of 100%, and now he can use it all down the straight. Louis only got half of his ERS left, so will allow Matthew to close up quite a bit, and he really does close up. You can see how much that he did in that straight, and coming into the braking zone, it seems like he was able to brake a little later as well, which also helped him. And now it's down this kind of second straight after the chicane. Matthew's really closing, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make a move though, and he doesn't, so he's going to have to stick by him once again and maybe look at a move in the same place next lap.
Oh, sorry to cut you off, mate, but I've just seen, I can't believe I've just seen this on this track. Lucas, who's actually meant to be in the Toro Rosso, has actually been disqualified from the session because multiple pens. As Matthew almost really ends again, Louis. Matthew's getting very close and personal to Louis right now. But yeah, just that information there. Leclerc as Lucas, or I believe it is, has been DSQ'd. Slomas does get a free position, but yet again the top four scrapping. Alpha, Renault, Red Bull, Haas.
Matthew's really close now, and also something to kind of think about. There's only 8 points between the top two constructors, which are Renault and Alpha, and with this, Alpha will lead by 1 point. I'm not sure actually who has the fastest lap, but if neither of those two constructors do, then Alpha will be leading by 1 point after this race.
Yeah, because Sondre is not in the points, which is going to let Matthew down a little bit, and this is good for the Renault home-based team in France. And the French people won't be a bit happy, maybe a bit of boos in the podium. You never know, could happen. We have seen it, boos from other home teams before. There's Matthew though, just closing on Louis, but he just can't get past. Louis knows where to place the car. The thing is that both drivers are very experienced, very, very quick. It just amazes me how they can have full concentration at this kind of speed.
Yeah, and Raf and Cameron still just kind of watching this as Cameron's fell back a little bit, and he's asked her correct his car as well. So Cameron pushing a little bit too much, it looks like, and now he has lost so much time that he's out of DRS range.
That isn't good for. Well, he's actually didn't lose it then. He's still in DRS now, but he was out.
He just about got it, but like once it actually came to the DRS.
Yeah, he was out of it. Yeah.
Zone. He was.
Well, he's closed back up into the DRS zone. I think that's just a little error, a little lack of concentration. Right now, though, Louis still leads. Matthew in second, Rafa third, Cameron fourth. Now, I think this was your prediction, I believe. Louis winning, Matthew second, Rafa third, Cameron fourth.
She was. Yeah.
Mine was the opposite. Matthew, Louis, Rafa, and Cameron. So we both could win something here in the predictions here. Right now, Bottle got another penalty. Sondre got a 3 second. However, he's only a second off Jay, so Sondre could get 1 point. As Diego's actually getting caught by Jay, who could actually lose.
Oh, Matthew's really close to Louis. He was
but
almost.
Matthew's not using any ERS. Look how much ERS he's got compared to Louis.
Well, it looks like he's probably waiting for a last minute charge then. And obviously Louis doesn't know that Matthew has so much ERS. So maybe he should start saving as well. I mean, he doesn't know he should be saving so much. but I mean, he certainly should get to work on that, because if Matthew has a full battery, then I mean, it's going to be very hard for him to defend right at the end. It looks like that's what Matthew's doing.
Yellows.
It looks like he's...
Yellows in sector 3. Lee has gone round somewhere. He was battling for 6th and he's dropped. So that's put Sondre in the points, but it's put Diego to 8th. So what will that mean for the constructors, Kevin?
That would be as actually Diego's making a move on Lewis as well. Almost goes up into 7th place, as he gets a 3-second time penalty on top of that. So yeah, that would be 7 points close. So looking at the top 2, then Renault would lead by 1 point, and then they'd be losing by 2. So Alpha would be in the lead by 2.
Well then, if Sondre wants to try and save Renault's
although
lead,
Diego's making move for 7th.
Louis defends on the inside. Diego is going for it. Oh, contact! Bit of contact there from Lewis. Bit eager in the turning there from Lewis Curtis there, and Diego gets by.
Yeah, up into 7th, and now we can chase after Ollie as well, who's not too far up the road. And with this pace, I mean, there is a few laps left, so he may well be able to close up to him as well and make a move for P6, which will boost Alpha even more ahead of Renault.
Yep, you're right.
Well, obviously, this it's not 100% that they'll get ahead, because Matthew still has a full battery and he's still looking for an overtake. So we could see right at the end that he makes an overtake, and it looks like he may well be going for it now. He's really, really close up through the first couple of corners.
As Jay is thinking to try and possibly make a move on Lewis as well, as we're going to go back for the battle for the lead. No, wrong button. So yeah, and my screen.
He's going to pull to the left-hand side.
Yep, do apologise.
He's going to actually get the move done before the corner.
So Matthew gets ahead of Louis. I do apologise if you missed that. You saw the end of it. For some reason, it selected Lawman's view profile. So Matthew is now in the lead. Louis 2nd, Rafa 3rd, Cameron 4th. As Diego's now in 6th place. Diego is flying. So it looks like Alpha will take the lead in the constructors today, definitely, without a doubt. Even with Matthew winning, I believe. I believe, if that's right.
No, I don't think so. If Matthew wins, I don't think they'll get it. I think it'll be close, but I don't think he'll get it.
Oh, hang on, I'll do some maths there quick. Right, what's Matthew's points on currently right now?
Hang on, I'm actually doing it myself.
Oh yeah, you do. As I'll stand by this battle, as Louis coming back at Matthew. Looks like Matthew finally got a better exit.
Yeah, with this they'll still be 8 points behind.
Who? Alpha or?
Alpha will still be 8 points behind.
Okay. No, that can't be right. Diego's 6th. Sondre's only 10th.
Yeah, but they're 8 points ahead right now, and then with Matthew winning, then they'll get further 7 points ahead, which will be 15. Then they'll close up by 8 points with Diego, which will make the gap 7 points, and then they'll go one behind with Sondre getting 10th. So 8 points.
Alright, yeah, no. Cameron is starting to step up the heat a little bit now for Rafa, so could we... Oh, yellow's in sector 2. Who's that? Who is round? Is it Lee? Yes, it's Lee. Lee is off the track. I think Lee's actually may have got a puncher. Lee's got no wing, I can tell you that. Lee's actually retired on track. Now, hopefully this doesn't affect anyone. This could affect Can.
Yeah, Jared, to make it easier, basically, look, Matthew gets 25 points, and then plus Sondre is 26, and then Alpha gets 18, plus 8 is also 26.
Oh, so they're basically tying.
Yeah.
So, alright, yeah, so the points don't change. Yeah, no, I get you. So yeah, it was just confusing as Louis is starting to close and close as much as he can. The thing is, though, don't count out Diego. Diego's battling for 5th right now.
And Sondre's also moved down to 11th.
So that then promotes Alder.
Getting overtaken by Alejandro.
That makes Alpha 7 points behind now. Is that correct?
Yeah, that'll be right.
Will it be 5 when...
Also, yeah, it looks like Matthew's used pretty much all his ERS, but this is also Louis' last opportunity for an overtake.
That is aggressive, very aggressive. I don't get how they didn't spin out there, but great. Great aggressive driving. Could have been cleaner if things look at just got on board.
It looks like Matthew will have this.
Similar strategy round the outside as well. Oh shit! I didn't even know we won the last. Excuse my language. I didn't even know we won the last lap. Do apologise there. As Matthew then is coming up to the final few corners.
Yeah, Diego was going around the outside of Sterling as well.
Has he got past him?
And it looks like he's...
Yes, he has. That's 5 points behind Renault now in the constructors. It's going to be, I think, unless Matthew has a penalty. Here comes Matthew then through the final corner. He's going to come and win the French Grand Prix for the home Renault team. Matthew wins round 16. Louis 2nd, Rafa 3rd, Cameron Young in 4th. Diego, will he keep 5th? We knew he had a few penalties. Will he be able to keep 5th from Sterling and Ollie? Only time will tell. As here comes Diego across the finish line. Takes 5th. Sterling takes 6th. Yes, he does. It looks like. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, Ollie jumps both of them.
So Ollie moves to P5 then. Diego's 6th. Lewis is in 7th.
And Sondre also gets 10th.
Alejandro though may get a penalty, so he may drop to 9th since he cut the pit lane. Sterling may get moved up to 8th, and Sondre is in 10th, so does get a point then. Nino Romanello will finish in 11th, I believe, with the fastest lap. Yep, so no one will get the fastest lap point. Jay is in 12th there. Can is in 13th, and Brandon 14th, who's about to finish the lap.
With that, the gap's still 8 points. They... with this race, they both constructors scored the same amount.
So no change in the constructors then. Renault still lead with 8 points, it looks like, but it could be changed with penalties. So there we have it. There is our top 16 who finished very clean race. Only one retirement with Lomans, I believe. So, actually, 2 retirements with Lee as well, which isn't bad. Don't think there's that many incidents possibly to report. Possibly with Louis and Matthew, possibly if they may want to report that, but I think it was fair racing. But Matthew again, top step this time, stops Louis' streak and says, you want this championship, you're going to have to fight tooth and nail for it. So there we have it then. Matthew Alder wins at France. Shook point stay. Matthew gains a bit more points against Louis in the driver's standings. It's not what Louis possibly wanted, but we want a championship fight for the top 2, and it looks like we're going to get the championship fight for the top 2 with only 5 rounds left to go. Jeez, only the top 2 didn't have penalties.
Cameron actually had 6 seconds in the end.
Jeez.
As well, so he had pretty much no chance of getting anything more than 4th.
So there we have it, the top 10 then. Matthew Alder in 1st, Louis in 2nd, Rafa is in 3rd, Cameron Young in 4th, Ollie is in 5th for McLaren, Diego in 6th. Lewis Curtis in 7th, Smithy Rush in 8th, may get moved down to 9th if penalty does imply. 9th, Sterling, Sondre is in 10th, Nino Romanello in 11th, Jay 12th, Can in 13th, Brandon 14th, and the two non-finished and the person who got disqualified is Lee Kelly in 15th, didn't finish, Lomas didn't finish, and Lucas, as TF1 Leclerc, got disqualified for cutting too many corners. It's been a very interesting race today, and it's been very spectacular with 4 car battles all over, as Kevin has already suggested to people for the invitation, so that's very good to see. As we'll go and invite him right now. Let's have a look. Thank you very much, Kevin, for the suggestion. So there we have it, they have been invited. If you can suggest them again, mate, so I can send them a second set of invites. So
okay.
Thank you. As my voice is starting to go already, which isn't good. Also, if anyone would like an interview, do let us know, because if the top 3 or someone don't make it in the interview, we can have you in for today, as while we wait for them. So I'm just going to send a message. We'll give them 2 minutes. If they don't join, I'll invite some other people like Cameron, Sterling, Ollie, Lewis Curtis, and possibly Lucas.
There's Matthew in.
Matthew's in, is he? Good man.
Yeah.
Oh, got on. I had to unmute him actually, apparently. But Matthew's in. Yep. As the ref is now joining. There we go. Is Louis joining Matthew? Do you know? Okay, right, then he may not come in. So I will invite Cameron Young then for the interview, since he got 4th. Is it? Can you hear me? Hello? That's good then. Just give me a few seconds then. Oh, you did it for me. Even better. Right. Okay then, we're going to start with you then, Matthew.
Yes. Fast.
Yeah, I'll go as quick as possible, Matt. You won France then. Great result with the qualifying. You got pole position in qualifying, I believe. Race, we had to have a restart, of course, and your race strategy went to plan, did it? Or were you making a few errors where Rafa got past and Louis got past? Or was this just part of the game plan?
Well, Louis only got past in the pit lane, which just determines my luck this entire season, really. But as soon as then on, I just knew I needed to stick behind Louis until I got DRS, and I passed him because I saw there was 2 cars, Diego and Nino, ahead. So I wanted to use them, see if I could break the DRS. So I tried to wait, but to get past him on the Mulsanne, to get past Nino on the Mulsanne, so Louis wouldn't get as good of an opportunity to, and he would have to wait for the entire last sector so I could break it. But Nino let everyone go.
Yeah,
so I couldn't really do that.
Well, either way, you still won, of course, and it's good to see you actually win a race, since we've always seen Louis at the moment have a good competitive streak winning races. Gotta say though, scored more points against Louis, and you're tying the constructor points don't change, they're still the same as what they were last week. What do you think to Alfa Romeo's performance and Louis' performance all this season?
Well, Louis' performance has been really good. I mean, Diego turned up for Abu Dhabi and he was really all good. He competed with me. I was quite bad that day, and then he's kind of just dropped off. But Louis hasn't. He's kept winning, as you can see. So.
Well, it's good to see. Well, I'm going to ask you one quick final question then, because if you do have to go there quick, go as quick as I can. So it is Azerbaijan, round 17 on 25th of January in Baku. How do you feel you're going to do that?
Awful.
Anything more, or is just awful because you don't like the track?
No, it's just a bit pad OP.
Which is understandable. It is. I will agree with you on that. It is a bit pad OP there. So we may see Louis win there. Well, thank you then, Matthew, for that little input. Good win and good result for the Drivers' Championship, of course, and hopefully you and Louis can battle for the championship till the final race.
Maybe.
Wait a minute, I'm going to move on to Rafa. Kevin, if you wanted to interview Rafa.
Hang on. There we go. Rafa, obviously you were leading early on, actually. After you eventually got past Matthew and Louis, and then you obviously went a lap longer and just didn't work out, and then you were kind of just in third, just watching the top two battle for the rest of the race. But how was it from your perspective?
Yeah, pretty fun race, to be fair. Like being within 1 second of the lead pretty much all race. It's pretty enjoyable. Yeah, as you said, I stayed out 1 lap longer than Matthew and Lewis did, which pretty much ruined me in that sense, because I didn't really know when to pit, like for the mediums, and how long they could actually last. So yeah, those guys pitted before me, got the undercut, and then there was pretty much no opportunity to get back up, because they just kept pulling each other along with the DRS, and yeah, that was pretty much the race then.
Yeah, I can't really remember where you qualified. Can you? How many?
Second.
Yeah. So second, and then you dropped to third. Was it a good result? Are you happy with it, or do you think you could have done more?
I'm happy with it, but I think if I would have pitted the same lap as Lewis and Matthew did, I might have had a chance to win. Like, I got a penalty and I think they both didn't, so in that sense I wouldn't have won anyways, but maybe I wouldn't have got a penalty if I was in first place. But yeah, that's just maybes and ifs, so yeah, I'm quite happy with it. P3, not bad, I'll take it.
Yeah, and obviously your pace the whole race was right with Matthew and Louis, so do you think you could be able to be up there with them in other races, or do you think this is just a good track for you?
No, this is actually like one of my worst tracks, so if anything, this is like really positive for me, because I think next track was Baku, right? So
yeah,
I should be doing much better in Baku than I was doing here in France, so I'm looking to, yeah, maybe get a win if I can.
Okay, optimistic, always good to see. So congratulations on your podium, and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
Well, then,
do you want to take Cameron?
Yeah. Oh, is he in, is he? It didn't even come up, so I do apologise. Cameron is actually in. Cameron, is your mic on always loud? Good man. Well then, you had a alright qualifying. You got 4th, I believe. How did you feel with the qualifying going and starting in 4th, the way you could finish today?
Well, I mean, I wasn't very happy with qualifying, but I knew I wouldn't have got into the top 3. But I was happy starting 4th. I thought the top 3 were going to pull away, but surprisingly they were just trying to hold each other all up, so it allowed me to stay on the back of them.
Well, yeah, it did look like that. You were closing at some points, even when you lost, made a little error and you lost a lot of time. You closed quickly back up, which was good to see, and it was good to see that you were staying with them. It was a very nice close battle with you, Rafa, and Matthew and Louis. Did at any point you think you could have won that race if you got past Rafa?
Maybe if I'd just been a bit more cautious and didn't go off track to get penalties, and if I'd got past Rafa, maybe. But I think I was looking for a podium, but unfortunately I got another pen, which obviously didn't help me, and then which is why I finished P4. And Rafa was just very sensible about his driving.
Oh yeah, you're alright there, but all the top 4 did very well in today's race, and I've got to give you credit when it's due. You haven't had the best season with the Haas car, and you've done very well in France with the Haas to get 4th. One quick final question I'm going to ask you is for next week in Baku. How do you feel for that track?
Alright track, just got to be a bit careful, that's all.
Yeah. Kevin, have you got anything to add?
Well, what about the just to like ask you about the incident with Lewis Curtis? Obviously, there was 5 people in that kind of train, and I'm not sure if like could you tell us what happened from your perspective with that incident, or?
I mean, I don't really know what happened. I saw his arrow. It was on the back of me, and then all of a sudden he's 2 seconds behind. I think he might have just lost it through the long right-hander, and then come out of it. He might have lost it onto the right, onto the blue Astro, but I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
You got any more questions, Kevin, or is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Well then, thank you, Kevin, for joining us for this little interview. Good result for 4th place. Anytime, and we'll see you next week at Baku. Well then, this has been International Racing League, part 2 of this video, IRL F1, round 16 I believe. You can blame Codemasters for the second part of the video, but we got it underway and sorted within perfect time. Been a great race, and if you want to see more content of F1, join us next week at 6 o'clock at Baku. But if you want to see F2 and F3 content, see us tomorrow, Sunday, 4:30 UK time, for F2, which will be brought by Lance, and F3 will be brought by Brandon and Sondre. I've been your host, IRL Neon, I was Jared Fosbury. I've been joined by Kevin.
Yep.
As next aspect, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button and subscribe, and if you're new and you want to race, contact the Twitter or IRL F1, or just put a comment in the channel. Cheers guys for watching, and goodbye for now.